This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Nancy.
It's been fun talking with you prior to getting taping. I'm learning all the inside stuff and all the fun stuff that goes on. And, thank you and your staff so much for, taking good care of those kids, making sure that they have everything they need when they're out in the cold weather and everything. And thank you so much. It's very important. I'm glad you go the extra step and do all of that.
Well, thank you for saying that. For us, it's what we do. We need to support the next generation of kids growing up, and the more opportunities and the more things that we can give these kids to grow and thrive, the better our community is going to be. So, we're very excited to be able to provide a lot of these things for the kids and be open when school is not open.
Yeah, kudos to you and your staff for that.
Yeah, we were open 14 of the 17 school days, or snow school days, when we had the snow and the winds and the vortex and everything else coming through. So, we've really we've seen a lot of kids on the snow days. There have been days where we've closed before, where if we saw 20 or 30 kids on a snow day, we were happy, because that's 20 or 30 kids that really need to be at our facility. But we've been seeing between 60 and 80 kids. We feed the kids when they get there. We have a lot of parents that do provide lunches or bring them with the lunch, but of course we have some kids that don't.
Right.
So thankfully, because of generous people in the community, we've been able to provide some snacks and some food options for the kids when they get there. And then of course we have our supper program that goes on every day at 4:30. So the kids are fed when they're with us as well, and they get some of that energy out. And it's pretty crazy to hear some of the kids say, I want to go back to school. We want to go be with our friends.
Yeah.
I'm just getting lonesome to be with my teachers and my schoolmates, and it's been very interesting.
And one of the important things that helps all these wonderful programs you do go on is your Bowling for Kids' Sake. Yeah,
this is one of our big two fundraisers that we have. The Bowling for Kids' Sake mentoring is one of our. It's a really fun event. We get a lot of people together that come for a common goal of supporting the club's mentoring initiatives, which is our community-based mentoring, which is more of your traditional one-on-one in the community. Then we have our Lunch Buddies program, and then we also have our High School Bigs program, where high school kids help tutor and provide some support at our club and in our facility and at the high school and the junior high to help the younger students just feel supported and have that caring relationship. So,
and that's March 15th?
Yep, March 15th. It goes from 6 until 9. We have 3 different hour slots. We're still taking teams, so if anybody out there is interested in stepping up to help out, put a team together, to come out and have a good time, it's kid family friendly, so by all means don't feel that you don't have to bring your child. It's not just adult oriented, and it's a big St. Patrick's Day party theme. Like I said, it's a lot of fun, lots of prizes, giveaways, and just it's fun.
It's important, so we hope everyone will support you. If anyone has any questions, they can contact the Boys and Girls Club.
Correct.
Okay. International Women's Day.
So this is an initiative that Jennifer Dingman, the club's unit director, through a grant opportunity from Community Foundation and our Smart Girls program, is providing a cosmetic beautify girls program and working with Ellie Siegert to provide the kids with ways to do makeup and hairstyles, and they get some tangible things as well. They're also going to be given some Mary Kay cosmetic bags, which was provided by Cheryl Kelly, and it was a donation that we had a little while ago. And they're also going to receive some like combs and toiletry items. They learn a little bit about hygiene, just supporting the younger kids, and just making them feel good about themselves and have a lot of fun while they're doing it.
Perfect. That's the best place to do it. March is Reading Month.
This is a lot of fun for us each year. It's an initiative that we do at the club to encourage reading for young people, to really, we do some incentive-based programming where, you know, they can win some prizes. We have a grand prize of a portable basketball hoop we're giving away this year to the top reader. We're also doing some initiatives through the Youth Volunteer Corps program where they're going to Lincoln School and doing some storytelling and reading books to younger students there.
Great.
So that'll be a lot of fun. But you know, encouraging younger people to read and, you know, encouraging that educational process is extremely important and part of our mission. So, you know, anything that we can do to, you know, get kids interested in books and
Right, if you could do it with your peers and older kids, that makes it fun and cool too.
yeah, absolutely. And it's, you know, and there's so much adventure in books.
Oh, yes.
You know, we grow up such an age where there's, you know, TV and, you know, social media and computers and everything is out there, but there's always books. And there's a lot to a book, and getting in there and really digging in and understanding what's going on, and, you know, the complexity of, you know, how books can encourage imagination and
yes.
creativity is so important and vital,
It is.
especially to the younger kids, for sure.
And we're almost running out of time, but I want to make sure we talk about tweens and teen nights.
So these have been, this has been our initiative for the year, is we're trying to every Friday night provide a teen and tween night, weather permitting. And we've had great participation. We're seeing in between 40 and 60 kids every single Friday. You know, we're getting pizza, we have an open gym, we have pool tournaments going on, and foosball tournaments, and movie time. You know, and it's a good time for teen and tween age kids to get together without all the little kids around
Yeah.
too. So they can be teens, they can be tweens, and of course it's all supervised by the staff at the club as well. So, you know, if they have things that they want to talk to us about, it's a great time for one-on-one relationship building with the kids as well, and building that rapport.
I'd like to encourage anyone out there, you know, if you're looking for something to do, drop off a few bags of snacks at the Boys and Girls Club, because you sure go through a lot of them.
We do. You know, for the homework help program and a lot of the initiatives and a lot of the educational programs that we have, we like the kids to have, you know, a energized mind, and, you know, these snacks and things like that really help that, you know, because then they're not thinking about their empty bellies, they're thinking about their schoolwork, and they're
Right.
thinking about the things that they need to. So, you know, it's been just imperative, especially with all these snow days
Yes.
too. We've been really hitting the pantry at the club, and but I've said this many times on the show, almost every single time I come here, that, you know, we live in such a supportive community, and you make requests like this, and people just come out of the woodwork, you know, and contact us and drop off a bag of candy or a bag of chips or
Perfect.
or granola bars or something to give to the kids. So, you know, I thank everybody out there that's listening and watching. You know, thank you for your support.
Thank you for being here, and I look forward to talking to you next month.
Thank you, Nancy.
I'll be right back following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Deb Hawtaw, biology instructor at ACC and director of the Regional Science Olympiad, and Cindy Ranshaw, co-director of the Science Olympiad. We're here today to talk about Science Olympiad, which I think is a wonderful event. So, Deb, why don't you let the viewers know a little bit about what Science Olympiad is?
So Science Olympiad is a national competition. It starts on a regional level, which is what we are, and then kids who are in the top placements at the regional then go on to the state level. State is the end of April, I believe, and then from the state competition they go to nationals.
So what are some of the events that's in Science Olympiad?
It's in all areas of science: biology, chemistry, physics, engineering. We have building events such as Boom a Lever and mystery architecture. There's a elastic launch glider. There's like a glider plane that they do. Those are all kinds of building events. We have a Mission Impossible, which is like a mousetrap sort of competition. And then there's others that are more knowledge-based, such as in the area of physics, we have density, and we have an event with roller coasters. We have knowledge ones in chemistry, such as Chem Lab, thermodynamics, forensics,
Crime Busters.
Yep, Crime Busters. Then biology, you have water quality, Dynamic Planet, which is this year on glaciers, all glaciation processes. So it encompasses a wide range.
And it has Game On for writing computer games.
Programming computers,
Programming.
Interesting.
And then the one, Code Busters, learning how to decipher codes and cipher codes, with the history of it going back to the 1600s, 1800s, and then current fancy ways of coding.
Wonderful. And there are 2 levels, B and C?
For the tournament that we're doing this weekend, there's 2 levels, the junior high and the high school level, which is the B and C. There's also elementary, but elementary is done on just a regional level. There's no state or national level for the elementary levels.
Well, we'll need to come back to that point because it's a really neat story.
Yeah.
Cindy, how many teams would we expect and how many students?
Well, each team is allowed 15 students. They can't compete with more than 15, but they can have alternate teams from each school, and each school can have as many, and it gives more kids the opportunity to learn, so that they can compete at the level again. Perhaps next year as the seniors move on and they have they can build their teams. But all of Northern Michigan's schools are invited, and I think this year we have 5 schools.
Well, if we look at just teams, there's 7 on
There's
each level.
there's 7 teams.
Couple alternates.
Yeah.
Alpena has 2 teams. don't
They have the junior high and the high school, yeah, and then the high school has an alternate.
Yes,
Correct, yeah.
right. So 15 kids max. We might have 120 kids who
Oh,
are,
probably more than that, but yeah.
and their parents and their
Right.
coaches.
Right, yeah.
And
All in
right.
all, it's probably over 300,
Yeah.
350 people.
A big event
It is.
and a big organizational challenge. You
Yeah.
folks have
and
done
we
it.
are actually the smallest region, so they get bigger than that.
Okay.
Some of the larger regions, they might have 120 teams per level, downstate, bigger metropolitan areas. So
No, you two have been a team for a long time to the benefit of science-minded young people in this region. How long has that been, if you don't mind me asking?
ever since I've been here, pretty much my very, very first year at ACC, I did events, and then the next year I started helping out with some of the paperwork sides of it, and then co-director, and then I've been that ever since. So
And I jumped in when our daughters started doing Science Olympiad in 3rd grade.
Sure.
And I've been a event supervisor and have written tests and helped since then. And since our daughters are in their 2nd year of college, it's been a couple years.
Yeah. Well, we won't pin down an exact figure. I can say that our 4 children, all went through Science Olympiad, and it was a wonderful event for all of them. And now our youngest daughter is involved in writing one of the tests
Yep.
and is coming home from college to participate. This will be tomorrow.
Correct.
It has been a great event for the McMaster family. So, and I'm sure there's other families like ours out there. Now,
Well,
right.
As our daughters are both coming home, they've both written events and they're coming home
Yeah.
for it.
wonderful. That's
And
very cool.
that's actually something that's very prevalent, at least at our region. It's almost like a family-run region. We have 46 events total between the junior high, high school, and of those 46, our families, yours included, we're about 16 events.
Yeah.
And most of those are our children coming back to run events,
Yeah.
so it's really cool.
Now, speaking of that, Dylan's has about a minute left for us. Tell me about your daughter and her work on, her scout work on creating involvement at the elementary level. I just think that's
So,
such a great story.
Our daughter started in the 3rd grade, but in the 3rd grade they had to compete at the junior high level because there was no elementary level. And so when she got up into her senior year, and she was very involved with Science Olympiad and going to state competition and medaling there, she wanted to extend that. She wanted to bring it to other kids, younger kids, so that they wouldn't have to, be like she did, so that they could compete at the elementary level. So she did it as a Girl Scout Gold Award, and she organized it. She did all the paperwork, everything involved, and got the tournament running. We've had 3 years of elementary now, and it's slowly building. Every year we're adding teams to it, and it's hopefully going to be a good feeder to help build the higher teams, the B level and the C level, and continue that education and enthusiasm for science. And we're already seeing it. I mean, even in just 3 years, those kids who competed at elementary, they can't wait and started at the junior high, and then the junior high can't wait to start at the high school. And it's building.
Yeah, that's a very Very lovely story and commendable work by your daughter, Megan.
Yep.
And I think it was a wonderful event last year when the scout leader came
Yeah.
up and the entire gym gave her a standing ovation.
Yeah, that was the CEO of the whole council.
Very good. Well, thank you both for what you do. It has an impact on people,
Yep.
positive impact. And
It's excellent for the children. They get so many skills out of it.
very good. Thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.